I have found some suppliers that supply 4 kilogram rolls, so that will definitely be something that'll probably be used. But even still, when you have a print that's going to take 12 kilograms, you still got 3 rolls that are going to be used. So that caused me to look into a method for continuous feeding of filament. And for that, I found this, SMUF. So this is an open source design that this gentleman made. And this is, so it's described as multi-material feeder for 3D printers. So the design intent was multiple colors, support materials, different types of materials being fed to the printer, in the same idea as like the Prusa MMU, but something more reliable than that. It's also similar along the lines of a palette, a mosaic palette for without the splicing. This doesn't splice anything. So this is a selector-based system that can pick a filament and retract a previous filament and move another filament to the extruder. So this is what I'm using for my printer. So this is drawn in 5 channels. I've built mine at 9, mostly because that's what the hardware fit well for. So this uses, as designed, Bondtech gears to grip the filaments, and then a selector mechanism to traverse back and forth over a filament guide, and then clamp down on it, and then that guide engages the filament and passes it through. So this design, as pictured, is for a splitter system. So I will have a 9-way splitter, and I will have jam detection and runout sensors on each spool, and then modify the firmware as necessary, so that way when it detects a jam or a runout condition, it will pause the printer, reload the next filament all the way up to the extruder head, and then resume printing. So that way we can have continuous printing with safeties. So the extruder mechanism of this is actually fed from the Duet, and then the extruder on the Titan is fed from the Duet, and those are sunk to each other so that they feed at the same time. And then the selection and engage of the filaments is done through a separate controller for the SMUF itself. So I actually plan to mount all this stuff in a cabinet, stuff being the filament guides, filament rolls, and the SMUF, in a cabinet above the printer, and that will let me recycle the hot air that's in the printer through the filament cabinet that's mounted up top, drying the filament and maintaining dry filament without using any extra energy, heating a dedicated drying system. And then underneath the printer, I will mount the controls. I have to mount the Duet, the Raspberry Pi, the solid state relays, the power contactors for the bed, and all that other good stuff. So there's a lot that goes into this. I've been planning this for a while. I have a small fortune into building it, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, especially for my project that I'm planning to use it for. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell. We'll definitely be posting more as this comes along, and a lot of very cool large printer projects over the next few months. We've got some cool ideas with the summer weather coming, and I'm sure there'll be even more designed for the winter. So thanks again. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started.